Pre-trial incarceration basically boils down to holding people in jail before they have a trial. We have countless stories of mostly clients who are arrested and charged with non-violent offenses, the retail thefts, the marijuana possessions where bail is set in excess of $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, and they sit in jail for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months, until we have the opportunity to convince a judge to lower the bail and to release them. Jail is a lonely, dehumanizing, traumatic space. We warehouse people who are poor, and people who are from marginalized communities. So they're Black and they're Latino, they're mentally ill, they're drug addicted. So when we meet our clients, they have been sitting there for days or weeks. At the very outset, the right to counsel is undermined because we're not even in the room. I don't think people have a concept of what it looks like for that client sitting or standing alone in that space with just a judge and a police officer with no advocacy. It is an incredibly traumatizing, lonely space. We're not present standing next to the client to tell that judge who that client is, what their story is, what's brought them before the court, not what their charges are, but what's brought them before the court, whether that's a mental illness, whether that's a drug addiction issue. When we do meet the clients, very often the conversation boils down to get me out of jail and then get my case over and done with quickly through a plea so that I can get rid of these charges, I can move on with my life. There are many jurisdictions around the country where you have a public defender at first appearance, where they're there at the bail hearing. And all the studies show, all the research shows that when you have an advocate at that proceeding, very often bail isn't even set because a judge is hearing from a public defender who has spent some time with that client and can put a human face and a human story and a human narrative behind that client. And those clients don't go to jail and they don't sit for days or weeks awaiting a trial. The studies again show that when clients fight their cases from the street, that they're much less likely to plead guilty. They're much more likely to be invested in bringing witnesses in and helping their attorney prepare for whatever proceeding they have to prepare for. It is so much easier for a judge to look at my client in an orange jumpsuit and shackles and say, you're coming from jail, I'm going to send you back there. It's much different to look at someone in a suit or look at a client in a dress, there with her family, there with support, and say, I'm going to take you from your home, I'm going to take you from your family, I'm going to take you from your community, and I'm going to lock you up. People are finally realizing that mass incarceration is so prevalent in these local, rural, urban jurisdictions, and what's driving it is bail.